The riveting action continues with a one-day series between Australia and England 4 days after the final. I remember speaking to you about this. Probably Australia or England or both, maybe playing in the final, and then they'll have to play a one-day series that is not part of the Super League, by the way.
Yep. I think that's the
These are just
COVID
these are just
hit.
friendlies.
But
I don't care.
I think they are
It's just
they
friendlies.
are rescheduled due to the COVID pandemic. And
Anyway,
if
it,
I can be, well, I don't, you don't have to be really smart to tell this, but um, expect low crowds or no
of
crowds.
course, you got low
Um,
crowds for Australia games at the World Cup. What
yeah,
makes you think it's going to be high for this one?
yeah,
This is what I talk about: context, meaning, and engagement.
yeah,
We spoke about the low crowds in a previous video on YouTube, following Australia's exit from the tournament. This series is going to be stuck behind a paywall. I don't know how many fans are going to be engaged with it. Why? Why should they be?
mm,
It's a meaningless series that people will forget a week later.
yeah.
We just want to talk about Moeen Ali's comments. He was speaking to reporters after the World Cup victory for England. He said, having a game in 3 days' time is horrible, but it's better than 2 days if it got rained off and they had to play on the reserve day. As players, we're kind of used to it now. But to give 100% all the time is difficult when you're playing every 2 to 3 days. We have to do it. And while we're here, we might as well do it. It would be better than going back and then having to come out another time. What do you make of those comments? Now, I've seen some comments from
Honest,
people on social media
honest.
replying. Yeah, they're honest. I've seen people reply and say, well, you're paid very well to do it. Come and work in the
Uh,
real world. Now,
I
now
think
the argument I have against that
I'm
is,
never fond of that argument. Yeah,
yeah, the reason why I'm not is I look at how much fans value the games, first and foremost, how much players value the games. What's the meaning behind these matches? You're devaluing the one
yeah,
day format.
yeah.
And this series like these for me are why one day international cricket's one of the most, arguably the most threatened format when you look at future of cricket.
Yeah.
It's because they don't have a lot of meaning anymore. What's your
Absolutely.
take?
Absolutely. And yeah, Moeen Ali was honest. And I think more cricketers need to be honest with what's happening with one day cricket and just overall
And
schedule
they are,
of the
yeah.
game.
There's a lot
And
of
I think we
a lot of
can
cricketers
start
coming
to
out.
see some normality restored in the next sort of from 2023. I think there was a lot of catching up to do by ICC and the boards and the
True.
teams due to the pandemic, but hopefully,
Even
hopefully.
even before that, though, I'll argue that even before the pandemic, there's just a lot of one day internationals that are like you forget about it.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
100%, 100%. Like
the usual fan will be like, okay,
I don't
and
remember a lot of
especially when you
one day
consider
internationals.
these matches are not on free to air in Australia.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. And
yeah,
yeah, 100% right. And
drives
yeah,
engagement down.
I couldn't tell, like I can only tell that you'll see low crowds, but and hopefully we see a really good World Cup next year, which will sort of give the one day cricket again a push that
Mm,
it needs. But let's hope for that.
hopefully.